it going? How's it going, man? Mr. Deadman here. Talk Guntwave, Ethan Ralph stuff, right? They're pretty much the TMZ, the tabloid of everything Gunt, pretty much. Now, things have been pretty busy. I've been streaming about this guy quite a bit. Because the bowling alley event. So some of the stuff I've already talked about, which I'm not going to repeat that. If you want to know what happened down in Dallas, you can watch one of my prior streams or watch any other stream. Mr. Medicare stream. No. We're going to talk about it. We're going to talk about it in a little bit more detail. We're going to talk about what happened at the bowling alley, some highlights, and then, of course, Pantsu. No one's really struggling. It looks like we're having a bad connection. Like, okay. All right, there we go. Anyway, while Ethan Ralph was celebrating what, I'm not sure exactly, because only like 30 people showed up to this event. He was going to have like hundreds of people, right? This was going to be the Killstream wedding. This was going to be some big event, but it wasn't. Not at all. It was like 30 people, okay? There was like 3 chicks there. One of them was 80s Girl, which is Dax Herrera's girlfriend, Dick Masterson's girlfriend, okay? And the other 2 were wives, one of which was pregnant, and a venue where they're smoking, okay? So, which I don't know what I'm supposed to say about that, because like in the 30s and 40s and 50s, everyone smoked. Hell, even the 80s, people were smoking around what pregnant, you know? But okay. Anyway, well, Ethan Ralph was out celebrating and having a good time. Pantsu was at the home taking care of the baby with her dad. And I really got to think, a lot of us have been thinking, like, how come she didn't use that time to leave Ethan Ralph? How come she didn't use that time to separate from the Gunt, right? It's that question that lurks on Kiwi Farms, lurks among with the A-logs. Yeah, the reality is, the reason why Pantsu did not take advantage of the opportunity to leave Ethan Ralph is because she's not going to. Pantsu likes Ethan Ralph. In fact, it gets even deeper. Pantsu's father likes Ethan Ralph. Sees no issue with Ethan Ralph. You see, Pantsu found someone that reminded her of her dad. I mean, it just is the case. I'm going to show you. I'm not going to dox him. I'm not going to go that far, that greasy. But, we're gonna put some images here of Pantsu's father, most definitely. Okay. I don't even know if I want to say the man's name. That's pretty greasy. But for Matthew Vickers, he kind of jumped into the mess, started up a blog, trying to, I guess clear up some details. So his name became part of this whole thing. This guy, as far as I understand, is just, crossfire, like collateral. But you know who he is. Oh, hell. Fucking hell. I'll just say it. I love Japanese girls doing dumb shot. Yep. It's good stuff. Okay. So let's start off with the bowling alley stuff. Okay. We're going to play this footage here. I think this kind of summarizes everything we need to know about the bowling alley. Yeah, there's a punch to the face. That event did happen. We already talked about that, though. We already talked about that. Yes, Destiny did take jabs at Ethan Ralph, but we already talked about that. What we're going to talk about here is how sad the venue is, okay? What it really looks like. And to really get that, I think we need to take a look at this cam footage here. This is from Tux. We know Tux. Tux was on the show before. Tux, the guy who made Gunt 64, okay? Gunt 64 is the mod for Mario 64. The only way to play Mario 64. The only way I'm ever gonna play it. Okay. So anyway, this here kind of we're gonna go through this. We're gonna go through this footage here because you get a lot of this. You also get to see Ethan Ralph be sort of rejected, like kind of given the shoulder by his friends, his friends. Oh, we don't have a stable connection yet again. You know, it's like, you know, it just does that sometimes. But one thing we want to take away here is the number of ladies here, the number of ladies at the venue, and also notice where Ethan Ralph is and where everybody else is. Like, he's not really part of this, and this is his party. It's his party, right? But no one's really hanging out with him. But first, let's start off with this. All right, so notice the chick of the gray. She is obviously pregnant. That is not fat. She could be, but that's a pregnant belly. That's a pregnant belly, and those are tits that are filled with milk. Okay, that's what's going on here. That's what's going on here. And there's, I guess people smoking. I know for sure there's cigarette smoking going on there, because the reason why I know that is, one, cigar smoking, Ethan Ralph. The other one is our boy. Well, he's not really our boy, but I mean, he was on Pod Awful. But the guy who elbowed Ethan Ralph in the face, he's smoking a cigarette. So, you know, you do with that what you will. Hell, it used to be back in the 80s. They'll tell chicks to smoke while pregnant. So, but it's pretty much the sausage fest. Everyone there looks either like a pedophile or a serial killer, which kind of like the same thing if you think about it. I mean, it's not like they really have standards. But these are wives. These aren't fans of the show. They're brought there because they're brought there against their own will. Okay. And then you see this fat guy. This fat guy is a dickhead. He's here because he came with dick. Okay? All right? So we're gonna just skip around. We got more of the wives here. Okay? There's Dick Masterson. But watch Ethan Ralph. Watch Ethan Ralph, man. He goes to like this corner. He stays in this area, and no one really messes with him. No one really talks to him. Oh, God, that lighting's so bright. But look how dead it is. Look, it's like 30 people at this event. That's it. 30 people. 30. You can count. It's not 100. Not 100. And the guests that were supposed to go, a lot of them didn't make it. Wow. Surprise, surprise. Destiny made it to this event, and this should count as an act of charity. Okay? Destiny should really request Ethan Ralph to note this as charity for him. I mean, if he ever has to get some sort of write-off or get some sort of a credit for charity due to like probation or whatever, this should count. Okay? It really should. This was garbage. This is garbage. But I'm glad Destiny went. One, just to see Destiny throw jabs at Ethan Ralph. I really wanted to see a midget fight. We got close to it, but it did not happen. But yeah, really dead. Really dead. No one's really bowling. Only, like, you see one person bowling there. Oh, there's another woman with a tray of food. Oh, wait. No, she works there. She don't count. The other woman works at the venue. It's a sausage fest, dude. So the only reason why, I believe that guy's name is Alex. The only reason why he's talking to Ethan Ralph is to test the mic setup, which is a problem. Is a problem. This event sucked. They had technical issues at the ass. They had this 2 mic setup that was stupid. All right. The people who said they were gonna go but didn't, they're the smart ones of the group. All right. Let's go and skip ahead here. Once more. See, it's just real dead. There's Mersh. You can see Mersh there, of course. Fat. Just fat, you know. You can spot his ass. It's also very colorful. You know, he definitely stands out as very Floridian there. I'm sure he didn't arrive by his Beamer. I'm sure he didn't drive the BMW. I'm sure Royce drove or something. I don't know how he got there. Okay. But he made it. He made it. Look at that. But you know what, man? I did not see many photos of Mersh and Royce with Ethan Ralph. I saw lots of photos of these other E-celebs hanging out with each other, but not with Ralph. Okay. Yeah, I mean, Hawaiian shirts are a pretty good choice if you're trying to hide the gut, try to hide fat. Honestly, if I continue to grow my gunt, I'm just going to go very loose shirts, you know? Like that. Anyway, let's go back to this angle here. It's real dead. Nothing going on there, right? Oh, there's Ethan Ralph doing mic checks. Someone shakes, I think that's Chagga who shakes his hand. He got maced in the face for nothing. Dude, Chaggot is, like, special needs. Okay? Legit special needs. Alright? He got maced in the face for nothing. He got used. That's what he is. He just gets used left and right. He was supposed to get 600 followers to get maced in the face. And he woke up with, like, I think, what, 300? The next day. So, oh, yeah, see, it's still technical difficulties, of course. That's all they really have there, you know. But no one's really talking to Ethan Ralph. No one's really messing with him or hanging out with him. He's kind of like by himself. In fact, there's a good angle coming up pretty soon where you'll see like Dax Herrera over there. Okay. Let's go back a little bit. You'll see Dick Masterson here. There's 80s girl. There's 80s girl. If you want to know what Dax Herrera's girlfriend looks like, that's it. Kind of, that's 40s. Okay, when you're 40 and you're a woman, you're probably gonna look like skin and bone. Okay, maybe if you're skinny. That's how she looks. Okay. They're old. They're old. They're getting real old. Okay? You know, it's only going to be a handful of years before 80s girl is 50. Think about that. Honestly, 80s girl and Dax Herrera might be the oldest people there at that venue. They might be. Well, I don't know. You got to fact check me on that one. Wasn't this supposed to be a wedding? How can you have a wedding when the mom of your second child has to stay home to take care of that child? Oh, by the way, we're going to talk about her. We got to talk about Pantsu. It's what this episode's called, right? The Pantsu edition. All right. We're going to get into that. But just see, Ethan Ralph is so by himself. No one's talking to him, messing with him, or doing anything. By the way, if you're a fan of Pod Awful or not, I do recommend you check out the latest thing about this event. It was actually pretty good. Obviously, Jesse P.S. Pod Awful had some, I guess, soldiers in there, you know, trying to get some good footage, get some stuff, and they got some stuff. Pretty good, pretty good. I gotta recognize that. There's a part where Dax Herrera was high-fiving pedophiles. Okay. Which is something that Pantsu would do, which is something we'll get into very soon. So more technical difficulties, You know, it's just, like I said, one thing we need to take away from this event, this angle here, is notice how no one's really chummy or hanging out with Ethan Ralph. Pretty soon, he's going to be in the corner all by himself at his own party, okay? Because no one really wants to play with him. No one really wants to hang out with him. They're kind of forced to, okay? I turned down the volume. See, now he's in the corner all by himself. You can barely even see him, okay? This might actually count for a driver's test. Like an eye test, you know, this is it. If you could spot, can you spot Ethan Ralph? Where is Ethan Ralph? Do you see him? It's hard to tell. I mean, I know I kind of gave it away in the beginning. But if you didn't know what to look for. Oh, there he is. Oh, I think I see him. He's barely taller than that booth. Yeah, there's Mersh right there in the forefront, right? Then you have these other guys. You have Dick Masterson back there with his girlfriend, 80s girl. And then if you look in the far corner, you see this midget, this bloated pig of a midget. Looks like he's like a stranger to this event. Like he's not even invited to this event. Yet he's the host of this event. Ralph is hiding. He is, man. Here's Tux's video. Tux actually had a pretty good setup. I don't know how he did this. But, you know, he got caught. He got kicked out. And when he did, it was pretty funny. I saw the picture. I don't think I saved it. But the the hired security, he looked like he didn't want to do it. Okay? But they don't have a choice. Supposedly the bowling alley wants to do this again, but I don't think that's true. Yo, we got to talk about how Dick Masters and 80s Girl tried to leave this event. Tried to not even show up. And actually, later on, they do leave. Yeah, they do leave, and they go hang out with Nick Rekieta, I believe. Supposedly, anyway. I mean, Ethan Ralph is not really someone that they all want to hang out with. They're just kind of there. But with that said, we got to talk about somebody. We got to talk about... let's see. Do I have her image? Yep, here we go. We got to talk about this person right here. Pantsu May. Amanda Morris. The mother of the second baby. The mother of Rosanna. Now, many people ask questions about her. If you have been A-logging Ethan Ralph for a while, you know who she is, right? You don't need an introduction. Sometimes every now and then there's someone who catches the stream, some people who catch the stream, who don't know really about what's going on. And it's kind of like, where do we start? How do we explain this? Well, we should start with who Amanda Morris is. Well, she's she had dreams, aspirations to be internet famous, to do something, to be something, to be a YouTuber, to be a VTuber. A VTuber is I don't know how to say it. They have like virtual avatars, anime avatars. You don't see them. You just see this anime-looking thing. It doesn't have to be an anime thing, but whatever. Try to do that. Try to do that. Well, auditioned for it, but failed. Didn't make it. She is a self-professed pedophile. She is someone who likes and enjoys, gets off to images of, let me back up. She enjoys and gets off to what they call lolicon, and this is going to get really disgusting. I'm going to start describing this. I'm going to try my best to make it PG-13. Hopefully not rated R. Okay? But lolicon is not hentai. It's like hentai, except with lolicon, the characters are obviously children. And they're drawn in a way to resemble the bodies of pubescent girls and boys. So I know you're probably grossed out and disgusted. You probably want to puke. Probably like, that's horrific. Like, why would people get off to that stuff? Why would people even make that? I agree. And I believe that everyone involved in the production of that stuff, for the top on down, need to be drawn and quartered to a wall and shot several times, and their bodies burned. And, but that's something that happens. That is a thing. Lolicon is a thing. And Amanda Morris, she likes that stuff. She gets off to it. There's a video of her talking about that. That's quite popular, but I guess we'll start there. Here, I'm going to just put this on the screen here. Let's play this.
Specific and
I'll start back from the beginning. Oh, looks like we're having some issues. Connection. Okay. All right. And hopefully the volume's not too loud. Here we go.
I'm so sick of the IBS crowd, and I'm not going to name like specific individuals. Gator. I'm not going to name specific individuals who, you know, they hear about this Cuties, this new Netflix movie that is degenerate and awful. By the way, I have no interest in this movie at all, and hate that I search my name because I have to search my name because people fuck with me constantly.
Oh, you might be wondering why she looks like a boy. Well, there's an interesting story to that. I don't know. I haven't really gathered the facts to really prove this, but supposedly she might have taken some hormones or something, some HRT, to transition to a boy. Because, see, here's another thing about Amanda Morris, Pantsu, that you need to understand. I don't think she has any real personality of her own. Like, she takes on the personality and the characteristics of whoever she's dating. And at the time of this video, she was dating this guy named Digibro. I believe they were engaged, actually. They're supposed to be married and all that stuff. And Digibro was a huge anime fan and liked lolicon stuff as well. I don't know if she liked lolicon from the beginning, before Digibro. I'm willing to believe she did. I know it's kind of sus. I mean, she still likes it. Even now, recently, she left Digibro and is hooked up with Ethan Ralph. By the way, when she hooked up with Ethan Ralph had a woman, had a girl, a 19-year-old living with them, named Faith Vickers. Faith Vickers is the mother of the first child, Xander. So Amanda is also the side hoe of Ethan Ralph's little life, I guess. And it gets very quickly it becomes so much. Let's back it up a little bit and explain this piece by piece. God damn. Oh man, there's so much. It just gets worse and worse. Well, going back to not having a personality, Digibro also was going through a trans phase where he wanted to be a woman. I think Digibro still identifies as a woman, which is interesting. So at the time they were dating, what does Pantsu do? She does the same thing. She starts identifying as a boy, or as a cat person, or as whatever. So yeah, that's why she looks like a boy. Okay, I think she was trying to do things to make herself look like a boy. Anyway, let's watch this video. What we're gonna get from this is her admitting that she likes lolicon. Here's
my name. I'm Digibro, by the way. Hi. Type of Digibro on Twitter, and everybody's like, "Oh, Digibro likes cuties." First of all,
she's not Digibro. She went through a phase where she would call herself Digibro, but she's not Digibro. It really confused a lot of people. Okay.
I'm not interested in black little girls, real little girls, twerking. That's like the furthest fucking thing from what I'm into. Okay, look at this. I'm gonna teach you guys.
Okay, that what she's pointing to is clearly an illustration of a little girl wearing a bikini or something. Okay.
This is Shauna. You're looking at this girl. You might, if you're a pervert, you're probably transposing like a real child, right? Because you think this is probably a child because you're fucking retarded. Onto this drawing, you're like, oh, that looks like a little girl. Now look closer. Do you notice that she doesn't have a fucking nose?
Well, anime characters have like triangle noses anyway. They always look goofy, okay? But it's the illustration of it. But she starts justifying it with like pointing out features that no one really fucking cares about, okay? I mean, the people who get off to that stuff aren't really too concerned about the nose, all that. They're looking at what looks like a child, and it's sick and disgusting.
No distinguishing race, has giant red eyes.
Well, she looks either Japanese or white. I mean, but okay, whatever. I mean, she looks like an alien. Okay.
No lips. Has perfect skin. Is radiant. Is for a different dimension. Complete. She's 2D. And this is an anime character who is. How old is she?
You know what else is 2D? Images of child pornography. That's also 2D. While those may not be illustrations, this illustration here clearly is to depict that of a little girl. So you have to be really careful when you go into like the realm of hentai, and you got to be really careful because very quickly, like just don't. I would just say don't. Just don't. Like, just if you're gonna be a coomer, just stick to regular basic porn, dude. Tits and ass, dude. Okay? All right? Jesus Christ. Anyway.
She's 17?
Yeah. Well, probably like 15 at the start, but she
it's
doesn't.
Fucking anime.
She doesn't grow when she ages.
Literally.
The person you hear is Digibro. She's like 15 at the start. Okay. That's all we need to know.
Really? Okay, this is another problem I have with anime. Violet Evergarden, I don't know if you guys watched Violet Evergarden. It's a fucking KyoAni show about a child soldier. She is canonically a 14-year-old girl and does not look like any different from the adult characters in the show at all. So I don't know what the fuck is up with.
That's because the anime art style is kind of kind of silly like that, right? I know a lot of people like it. I mean, it does look cool at times. I mean, I can't lie. I mean, I do like Trigun. Trigun and Cowboy Bebop but I can't. I'm like 38 years old. I'm gonna be 39. I can't be sitting around watching anime, right? God damn. But that art style, it's like, all right. There's not a lot of detail in it, you know? So, I don't know. But there's this video too. This video is much worse, I believe, as far as what she says about defending Lolicon.
But something was missing. If this person was who I thought they were, then they would definitely have a big problem with the fact that I'm a fan of lolly drawings. I was shocked that it didn't come up, until of course they started posting every single time that Digi retweeted anyone drawing her as an anime girl. Apparently, Digi wanting her real life to resemble...
It fluctuates bad. Now we're at 0. Like, dude, like the internet fluctuates real bad sometimes. Real bad. Like it's since I ever got this new internet, it goes really fast, faster than before, and it's cheaper. I don't understand it, but every now and then it like dips. It's not consistent. Like the upload speed's like 20 or 30 at times. Like what the fuck? Holy hell, this seems absurd. I've never had that ever. Anyway. If you don't know anything about Digibro, all you need to know is that there's a audio podcast where he confesses that he fantasizes about having a he fantasizes about having a like lolicon wife sister thing that he could like live with in like in a cabin out in the woods and do all sorts of things. Okay, so he's a sick freak.
fuck weird shit this bitch was projecting onto that image. Almost as but some
Wait.
single time that Digi retweeted anyone drawing her as an anime girl. Apparently, Digi wanting her real life to resemble this adorable drawing of me doing her hair is creepy. God only knows what the fuck weird.
It is creepy. Very creepy. Extremely creepy. You may not know this, but I mean, some people might think that Pantsu was into Lolicon and maybe is not into Lolicon anymore because Pantsu is supposed to be going through some sort of like trad phase or something to, I guess, emulate that of her current fiance, Ethan Ralph. I say fiance because are they going to get married? You know, actually, honestly, they probably will get married. They will get married. They will get married. Pantsu's going to stay with Ethan Ralph, and they're going to get married, and they're going to have their little miserable life. And the reason for that, the reason why Kiwi Farms needs to give up on Pantsu ever leaving, just look at her father, look at how her father is, what her father does, and then you really understand that her family support is not like that of Matthew Vickers, where Mr. Vickers was pissed off and mad about the fact that Faith left home and hooked up with Ethan Ralph and got pregnant. You know, he suddenly took on the role of protective dad. Was like, okay, that's it. I'm going to fly out there. I'm going to get my daughter. We're going to fly back home. And, you know, okay. Now, a lot of people give Matthew Vickers a lot of shit for, like, letting Faith get groomed and all that stuff. I mean, according to Matthew Vickers, according to Mr. Vickers, Faith was 18 when she was in talks with him. An 18-year-old daughter at your house, are you watching her, are you watching what she does on the internet? I mean, I would say you should, but that gets real awkward too. It's like, hey, you're over here, but then again, she's an adult now. Goddamn, you know, they're gonna make stupid fucking decisions. But he at least did that. Okay, you might disagree at how Vickers did things in the past, but he did a lot more. He did a lot more than what Amanda's father is doing now. Okay, the reason why Amanda's father's not doing anything about the situation. When I say the situation, I mean there's evidence to show that Amanda and Ethan Ralph are probably in a very toxic relationship with maybe some coercion and DV stuff, domestic violence stuff here and there. I mean, nothing really clear. I'm using kind of like, I guess you say circumstantial evidence, like things that happened with Faye, things that happened with other former girlfriends, where Ethan Ralph gets really angry at them and will be hands-on with them. We know Ethan Ralph doesn't have any respect towards women. He'll punch a female cop that's just trying to help him wake up from off of a hotel couch and, escort him to his room if he had a room there. But no, he decided to take a swing because he hates police officers and he hates female police officers. That's exactly what that was. And he hates women. Ethan Ralph said on his own show that every woman is a fucking whore. That includes his daughter. Ethan Ralph said that he said out of his own fucking pig mouth that women are whores. That's their place in life. And I'm assuming he also means his daughter. So, which is weird because she's a baby. Okay, so you do with that what you will. Look at those shoulders. So my point is here is don't count on Amanda's father to be like Matthew Vickers. Okay? And who is Amanda's father? Who is he? Well, I'll show you an image. I'm not going to say his name. If you know it, you can say it in the chat. I'm not going to stop you. Okay? Just no doxing. Okay? I'm not doing that. I got a limit, Got a limit. Got a line. Don't want to cross that line. Don't want to cross that line. Anyway. Here we go. Here he is. Now, when I show this to you, you're going to be confused for a second. You're going to be like, wait, who is that? Who is this, guys? Is that Ethan Ralph? Do your eyes deceive you? Is that Ethan Ralph right there? No. Your eyes aren't deceiving you. That's not Ethan Ralph. That is Pantsu's father. Pantsu found a man that looked like her dad. Okay? That's what happens sometimes, right? Sometimes women, for some reason, they find a man that looks like their dad. Okay? That's clearly what happens, right? Let's see if we get an image here. How many Ethan Ralph images I have on my freaking computer, I should be able to have one on the spot of like his body to really compare. Well, I could just go here. Hold on. But the resemblance is crazy. It's like it's like she's looking for a father figure, but her dad's at home. Look at the face. It's like the same. Here we go. Ready? Boom. Face. There's that. Let's get a close up. There's a good place to get a close. Okay. The photo squish. The photo squished to fit that rectangle. Okay, that's what that is. We'll do a side-by-side comparison. All right, let me get. That's a pretty decent image. We'll get it real fast. While I pull this up, guys, how are you guys doing? How's your night treating you? I hope it's treating you well. I hope you're having a good night. Did you go bowling this weekend? Did you have a good bowl? Huh? Okay, here we go. Let me just put this on the screen here. All right. So this will work right here. This will work. There you go. Side by side. Side by side. Look at that. Look at that. She found her dad. She found her dad away from home. Oh, but it gets thicker than that. The other reason, the real reason why she's not going to leave Ethan Ralph is because her dad actually likes Ethan Ralph. She likes Ethan Ralph. When Pantsu May, when Amanda Morris said, when she says that her dad is a fan of Nick Fuentes and the kill stream, she's not lying. She's not being held by gunpoint to say that. She's being real. She's being honest. Her dad is a fan of the kill stream. Her dad is a fan of Nick Fuentes. Like, legit, man. Legit. They actually listen to the kill stream together. Okay? The difference with Matthew Vickers and Faith Vickers and all that is that the dad, or the grandfather, I should say, or Matthew Vickers, knew better. He knew what he had to do. He knew he had to protect his daughter. Even though his daughter was 18, was making some stupid choices, Mr. Vickers could have just left his daughter alone and be like, you make some stupid choices. You do you. Okay? Whatever. Just don't come back home. You're just disowned or whatever. But no, he's like, no, this is a fucked up situation. I'm going to go get my daughter. My daughter's clearly in some sort of abusive situation. And it was abusive. I mean, clearly Ethan Ralph was snapping at Faith and trying to choke her out. I mean, he settled on that. I mean, you could say there was domestic violence in the home. He was found guilty of that shit. He just has a suspended sentence. So you're not lying. You're not even, you're being truthful when you say, yeah, there was domestic violence in the home. It was found that there was. And that was with Faith. That was with the mom of his first child. But who was there in the home during that time? It was Pantsu May. Why was Pantsu May in the home with Faith? Why were there two different women in the home with Ethan Ralph? Because Ethan Ralph and Pantsu were trying to get Faith in some sort of weird polyamorous threesome relationship. Pantsu May is not a good person. Pantsu May is like I said in the beginning, she's like a blank slate. She has no real personality of her own. I really don't think she will be and do whatever it is that's around her. Really adapt that and take that on. Like if Ethan Ralph starts smoking meth, she would start smoking meth. Well, I think Ethan Ralph does probably had a hit of meth once or twice. We know, I can confirm at least once, maybe twice. But she's gonna do whatever nonsense Ethan Ralph is in. She's gonna do, and she may not actually be cool with it, but who really knows? Because she's not really honest with herself. Recently with the Alice stuff, with IP2 Alice revealing that, revealed that Ethan Ralph made her suck his dick while she was blackout drunk. The DMs she released also paint Amanda in a bad light too. Amanda was also trying to get Alice into some weird. I don't think Pantsu May is going to leave the Gunt. But more worrisome than that is that with Pantsu May being a fan of lolly stuff, and I mean that, like it wasn't just a trad thing, a trend. It wasn't just a trend. It was, she was into it. Like just recently, she just unfollowed some Twitter accounts that host some very questionable lolly stuff. And the only reason why I know about that is obviously because of Kiwi Farms. I mean, they had some images there that were very questionable. Very questionable. If you want to know what I'm talking about in more detail, I'm not going to tell you because that's fucked up. Why would you want to know that? All you need to know is that you can go and look it up yourself. You know where to go, kiwifarms.net. Just go to the particular thread, and you'll see it. You'll see it, okay? There's particular Twitter. You could see it in the thumbnail for this video. I did include it in that. I did include it in that, okay? She legitly enjoys and gets off to depictions of illustrations of little kids in sexual ways. So the other question here is not if, but when is Pantsu going to molest her daughter? When is that going to be? It's not if. Wait. Yeah, it's not if. It's when. I haven't even been drinking. Just to make sure. Oh, man. Yeah, but Pantsu is not a good person. Now, you got to compare this. You got to compare them to... I gotta go here because Ethan Ralph would go here. Ethan Ralph will always compare his... we'll go after other people's women and wives and stuff with that. And he'll throw shade at Jim, Mr. Mediker, for marrying, what he says, a cam whore, an ethot, an Asian e-whore, or ethot, whatever. We talked about her, Jade. Mr. Mediker married Jade, an Asian chick. I mean, I guess she's a little on the chubby side. I don't know. I mean, I have yellow fever, dude. But I'm a married man, so I'm not gonna say anything. Okay. All I'm saying is that I think Mr. Mediker did a lot better, a hell of a lot better than fucking Ethan Ralph. You know what? I think I saw a homeless wedding the other day underneath the overpass. I think, and they were covered in dirt and grime, and drinking King Cobra during that reception. And I think they did a better job than marrying, or I guess getting involved and trying to marry, proposing to some sort of horse creature thing that is Pantsu. Here's the guys too. Okay. The worst thing about Pantsu for me aren't her looks. Her looks are what they are. Okay? Alright. It's who she is as a person. It's what she's into. Horrible. Horrible stuff. Disgusting. Disgusting individual. Absolutely. Now, I mean, as far as what else to say about Pantsu, that's kind of it. I mean, what else is there to say? She tries to... Wait. Yeah. When she was in a relation with Digibro, she was into this lolicon stuff, but it's actually something she's really into because she was still into it even afterwards. But when she was also in a relationship with Digibro, she wanted to be trans and try to turn herself into a boy, try to make herself look more boyish and masculine or whatever. Okay, but she's done with that now. Now she's trying to look female. She's trying to look feminine, which is it's not working well. Not working for her at all. She doesn't do anything. She's not active on YouTube. I mean, there's some tweets here and there. She's more like in the background of things now, where she'll try to, I guess, help bring in girls for Ethan Ralph's fantasy threesome. Ethan Ralph is chasing this dragon, this threesome dragon, but no one really wants to have a threesome between him and his horsewoman other than a paid hooker. But you can't really brag about that because that's like $200 well spent. I mean, supposedly Ethan Ralph is banging porn star prostitutes. They aren't cheap. I mean, we could talk about what the dad's into, but I'm gonna not. I will say this. I will say this about the dad, about Amanda's dad. That in some ways he's very similar to Ralph in what he does, what he's into, like Nick Fuentes. He's a boomer conservative. Okay, that's what he is. So that's probably why he likes to kill stream, right? Why he likes to eat the Ralph. He's also a womanizer. You know, of course, you know. You know what? I'm gonna do it. Let's do some stuff. Let's put some stuff on the screen here. Okay. One moment. Let me show you something. I'm not gonna say his name or anything like that. Let me show you. I think I might have saved the image here. Let's see. I think I might have. Okay. This here may not make a whole lot of sense. The image is going to be squished, yes. This here we're looking at is a tweet and a comment to the tweet, okay? Now, all this is someone's the tweet is Marsha Bowers is saying, help Gracie get a fresh start for her baby. And she looks like a very young mother. I don't know if she's a teenager or if she's like a young adult. I don't know how old she is. But she's preggers. She's going to have a baby. And Harry Morris, oh, well, that's Dad's name. Harry Morris. He responds to by this with saying, show feet. Show feet. Oh, okay. I'll give her some money, maybe. But first, show me that feet. Show me those toes. So I could jerk off to them. That's Harry Morris. That's Harry Morris. Okay? All right. So, you know, you could see why he likes Ethan Ralph. You could see the similarities, even in personality. Honestly, does he look like a man that would pass up a hooker? Honestly. Let's show this on the screen. Let's play a game. These two men on the screen. Do any of them look like they'll pass up a hooker? No. They're probably into, in fact, all the guys on the screen right now, myself included, are probably into smoking cigars, drinking liquor, and fucking. Except I'm a married man. And I am a married man. Okay? These two. Man. Like, they wouldn't even ask what the quality is like with that pussy. They wouldn't. If it come crabs, okay, I'll pay extra for that stuff. Oh yeah, that's some seasoning there. Oh fuck it, So, the reason why I bring that up, I don't want anything bad to happen to Harry. I don't know anything about him. You know, I'm not trying to harass him or anything like that. You guys don't mess with him, okay? All right? It's just to paint the picture, to really understand who Amanda is by knowing where she comes from, okay? The foundation is important. Family foundation is really important. Like, look at Faith's situation. Her family foundation is a lot different. The father, even though he's distracted, he does care. You can't say Matthew Vickers didn't care. He did fly out to Richmond, Virginia to get his daughter, okay, and rescue, okay? He does care, all right? He has concerns, and he's worried about the baby, legitimately worried about the baby. I don't think her dad, I don't think Amanda's dad, Harry, is worried about the baby. Worried about the baby being with Amanda or with Ethan Ralph. Probably think they're good parents. That Ethan Ralph is going to be a good dad, which is really crazy. It's like, are you sure about that? Pantsu's mom was probably a hooker. Funny you mentioned that. Supposedly she's like schizo and has a drug problem or something. I don't know too much about that. It's just rumor around town. Gossip around the water cooler, okay? All right. Okay. But yeah, that... So, Pantsu is never... I don't see her leaving Ethan Ralph. Something major would have to happen. Something major. Because she doesn't have anywhere to go. She has no one else to go to. This is it. And, you know, honestly, too, I also don't care. And I mean that. I seriously do not care. She made her bed. That's her situation. And she smiles every now and then, even though it might be a forced smile. All right, cool. Be happy. Be happy. All right. So, you guys are funny. Michelle Obama's less of a man than Pantsu. Oh, that's good. That's good. That's a good one. That is good. All right. So, this has been a pretty fun Guntwave. Pretty short, I think. Do have to wrap things up for work. Working now. Not jobless anymore. But shout out to everybody who's active in the chat right now. Alex Shields-Jones, Big Dad Giga Chad, Internet Person, Louis Cachette, Manu, Sasquatch. Jeez, I can't even read. Sasquatch Imaginary Friend. Who's that? Who would be Bigfoot's imaginary friend? And Shantium. Apparently, I upset Chauncey Fatsack for some reason. I don't understand how I did that. I unmodded everybody. If that's the reason, I took all the wrenches away. No hard feelings. No hard feelings. I was thinking about it today. Why in the world do I need mods? Like, why do I need mods? Like, it's not like the chat's that busy. And if it ever does get that busy, okay, I would just get someone like temporary mod status and whatever. Okay, I don't need a Janny the chat. They can just do whatever. Show boobs step in. Well, that's the way out. That's exactly what I'm gonna do on the way out. All right, we're professional now. We got our pre-roll, our pre-stream stuff, man. Okay, let me get it ready. Here we go. We'll just play this again. Here we go. All right, with that said, you guys take it easy and have a good one.
なんか青春してる感じする。さあ、お互いに攻防戦が始まる。お互いに攻防戦。これはこっち負けじゃないの？さあ、待って、痛かった？痛かった？全然ショック。逃げてばっかりじゃないか。強いんだやっぱ。
シンプルにバランスを崩して最後。
いやでも砂浜だとこんなやりづらいんだ。やりづらいですね。俳優座ぶりだったけど全然いけない。やりづらい。俳優さん。